A somber day, no doubt, leading to a pretty tearful night as people plan to gather in Uvalde to remember the victims of the mass shooting at Robb Elementary 2 years ago today. So a gunman shot and killed 19 children and 2 teachers. That was on May 24th, 2022. All the students killed were between the ages of 9 and 11 years old.
And Ryan Chandler was in Uvalde just this week to kind of get the idea of what the atmosphere is like. Obviously, this is not a day anybody really looks forward to, but that everyone has to deal with. What is going on over there? How are people feeling?
So we were in Uvalde on Tuesday. We've traveled there many times since the shooting 2 years ago. They made a major announcement this Tuesday, though, that they've settled with the city of Uvalde for $2 million split between 19 family members who lost children that day. And they announced a new lawsuit that they are bringing 92 individual DPS officers to court for their actions or inaction that day, for their response, which has largely been recognized as flawed and delayed. Keep in mind, the story of Uvalde doesn't begin or end when the shooter pulls the trigger, but it has extended into a wider story about the police response, the accountability for officers that these families believe did not act correctly and could have saved lives but did not. And it is putting responsibility on the state to hold these people accountable.
And Ryan, we know even this week, I believe it was yesterday, we got an email. The White House is now weighing in. They've sent letters to these families.
Of course, politics are inseparable from gun violence. The White House sent a letter to these families just expressing their solidarity with them, saying that they are in their thoughts and prayers, and specifically stressing the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act, which Joe Biden signed into law shortly after the shooting, spearheaded by, of course, Republican Senator John Cornyn. What that does, it provides more resources to towns like Uvalde and school districts for mental health resources, things like that, and it closes some loopholes that may allow juveniles with a criminal history or a history of mental health issues to purchase a firearm. So it is incremental progress towards gun safety reform, but it is still marginal, and these families are calling for much more, of course.
When we talk about the people impacted by this, the families of the victims, what do they, life has to go on, and so what is the attitude you get from them?
I spoke briefly with Javier Caceres on Tuesday. His 9-year-old daughter, Jackie, was killed 2 years ago. And we just spoke about what this settlement means. And
First Warning Weather with meteorologist Rich Siegel.
And it has never been about the money, but it is a symbolic victory in a way. I'll tell you what makes Javier's story especially sad is that his daughter Jackie died on the way to the hospital in an ambulance. So that means she had been in that room bleeding out and dying for more than an hour as 376 police officers stood outside trying to determine whether the door to her classroom was locked, trying to determine whether they can go in. And Javier's worst fear is that if they had acted with more urgency and more coordination that day, Jackie might still be alive because they could have saved her life before it was too late. That's really what the anger is about, what these lawsuits are about, and what the continued calls for accountability is about.
All right, Ryan Chandler, I know you'll have more for us this evening on KXAN News at 6. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.